Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Joanna and I've been on a weight loss journey for the past 18 months. Currently coming up on 130 pounds down, so quite a bit of weight, a whole person off my body. I've done that with the help of Mounjaro and a complete lifestyle overhaul. So that's what I talk about on this channel. So, what we're talking about today, I'm going to show you guys the most terrifying thing on the market.
Sorry about the scary disclaimer here, but needs to be said. Please, before you start any new medication, make sure to consult with your own physician. Everything I talk about in this video is only my personal experience, not medical advice. Back to the video.
Alright, so contrary to popular belief, or what you've been told, the horror stories, I don't know what other people have had, I don't know what other people's stories are. My story has been overwhelmingly positive with Mounjaro. So I'm going to show you guys today what Mounjaro looks like. I'm not going to go into too much about what it is or the dosing schedule. I can do that in a separate video. But today, what we're going to do is take my dose. So I'll talk you through what my dose is and how I take Mounjaro, and then I'll actually take the injection, show you guys what the pen looks like, the terrifying pen everyone's talking about. And yeah, we can walk through it together. We can walk through the fires as a group. Okay, so Mounjaro is a GLP-1. A GLP-1 is a hormone that our body naturally produces. Some of us don't have as much of that hormone, and unfortunately it is the hormone that regulates hunger. It works on your brain, works on your gut, okay? So what I do is every Friday I take a split dose. I take a split dose, one on a Friday and one on a Monday. I have managed to keep my dose very, very low purposely. I didn't want to rush up the doses, I didn't want to max myself out. I also wanted to learn healthy new habits that would support me during and after I lose all of my weight. I wanted to create a new life for myself. I wanted to create a strong body and healthy habits, which anyone should do. So I'm going to show you guys it now. This is the box it comes on. This is a 10mg pen. However, I'm not currently on 10mg. This is just an old pen that I had before I went on holiday, and it's quite an expensive product, so you never want to waste it. Okay, so inside the box, this is the pen. This is called a quick injector pen. So it's the same pen that diabetics would use, but obviously we're not diabetic, but the delivery system is the most effective. So no need for syringes, no need for big scary needles. It's just a little pen like this. All right, so here you can see it has what the dose is, how much of the dose. So 0.6 mils is a full dose, but that's not what we're going to be taking today. Okay. This is what it looks like. This is what the Mounjaro looks like. It is not scary. It's just a pen with liquid in it. Okay, so in a second. Alright, so for the pen, you can see here, there's no needle on the end of it. At the moment, just a little red dot. What you want to do is just make sure when you take it out that your liquid is completely clear. So you don't want anything cloudy in there. It has to be completely clear. And you can see we've got a couple of little air bubbles, so just flick it and they go up the top. This injection is taken subcutaneously. It doesn't go into your veins, doesn't go into your muscles, hopefully. It's a subcutaneous injection. So air bubbles aren't too much of a worry, but you just don't want them in there. So in order to use the pen, you need a pack of needles and you need alcohol wipes. Now, with most providers, they will give you needles and alcohol wipes as and when you order your pens. But I like to be safe and make sure that I never run out. So I just got a pack of 4mm Care Point needles. Okay, you can get these from any Boots. And then with that, you need some alcohol wipes. Again, your providers will send you them, but the alcohol wipes are really useful to have around in case you need it for anything else. So, when we set up our pen, I'll just tip the camera down so I can show you guys what it looks like. Okay, so here we have our pen, our Care Point needles. the pen set up here, and the alcohol wipes. Alright, so you just want to go ahead and take an alcohol wipe out, open it up. You got here? And then you just want to wipe the top. So just in here, just wipe the top and then keep that alcohol wipe safe because you will need it for when you're injecting. Open up your needles. I mean, this is overkill, but you know, it's who I am. I'm who I am. This is what the needle looks like when it's in the safety cap. Okay, so you just open it up. That's the needle here. So I don't know if you can see it, if the camera's going to focus for me. It's so tiny you can't even see it. And all you do is you just pop that needle on the end of your pen like that. Okay, and then you twist it, push down and twist. And you can just feel it getting the resistance. So this is what your pen looks like. Alright, so we have the pen ready for injection. Take off the safety cap, take off the second safety cap, and then here, I just want to show you guys what we're talking about with the length of the needle here. It is hardly anything. I mean, it's very, very small. It's nothing compared to a syringe needle that you would expect. It's about 8mm. Okay, so what we want to do first is we want to prime our pen. Okay, so when you wheel this out, this number here can turn to 1. That would be a full dose, okay? But what we want to do first is prep it. So you just turn it around 1 click, and because this isn't the first time I've used this pen, we should see some liquid, but we might need to do 2 or 3. If it's the first time you're using it, you'll need to do a few, okay? So you see there, that liquid coming out? That means my pen is prepped and there is no air bubbles at the top, okay? So here, if you were going to take a full dose of it, you would wind the pen right out, and you see it's got a 1 there, okay? However, I don't want to take a full dose. I'm not on 10mg. I don't need that much at the moment. So what I want to do is take a half dose. Now, to take a half dose, what you can do is measure by the number of clicks that this pen makes. So a full dose is 60, a half dose is 30. Okay, so we're just going to go and count out to a half dose because I want to take 5mg today. There we go. That's what it looks like. So a lot less. Okay. Now, I use an app called the Shotzi app to track where I'm going to be injecting in my stomach. I used to inject in my upper arms. You can inject, I'll just stand back a little bit to show you. You can inject here, here, all around your stomach here, and the tops of your thighs. So I have done all of the injection sites, but I just prefer to do it in my stomach now every week. I don't get any side effects. I haven't really had any side effects throughout my time doing this. But I just prefer my stomach. It seems to give me good effectiveness, so that's where we go every week. Now I'm going to take the shot.
Hey again, it's editing Joanna here. Again, I said something I probably shouldn't have in this clip, so I'm just going to do a voiceover. Basically, this is me taking the jab.
And pull it out. There we go. That's us taking our Mounjaro shot for the week. To get the cap back off, just pop the needle head back on, twist it, and there you go. So you can see the little plunger has went down a little bit more. And then all you do, pop this back in the fridge until next week and you're done. Now, obviously, Mounjaro might not be right for everybody. I do know people that have had bad side effects with it, but I can only talk about my experience. My experience has been very, very positive with it. If you feel it's right for you, obviously speak to your prescriber. Have a conversation with them about what your needs are and they'll be able to best guide you. However, I just wanted to do this video to take away some of the fear around these things and around these injectables. I certainly never thought in my life I would be standing in my kitchen injecting myself with something, but it has changed. Mounjaro is the thing that enabled me to break my old habits. I had to then build all my new ones, and that was my responsibility. But this is some kind of, I mean, it's not right to call it a miracle drug. It doesn't melt fat off your body, contrary to popular belief. But it does affect me up here. It affects me in my mind, or it certainly did back at the start when every single inch of my body was fighting against me. It made my mind cooperate with me and gave me that window of opportunity to make changes in my life. So if you are thinking about it, I hope this video helped. I hope it took away a bit of the fear around it. We definitely recommend that you still speak to your supplier, your doctor, your provider. They'll be the people who are best placed to help you. But I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an insight into it to help take away the stigma. And yeah, that's it. Bye.